Good morning and welcome. I'm Bob Pace. I'm your host, and I want to welcome you to Fighting CPS and hang on to your children. I'm on twice a day, 7 days a week. I've been doing this now for 17 months. I've talked to over 1,000 people, and I've talked to 21 countries and all 50 states, including Washington, D.C. Um, this is a live stream, and it's an interactive live stream, meaning that there are things you can do while you're here. You found me on Facebook, Fighting CPS, and you could send emojis. Please check below if you want to follow me, and I'd like you to follow me. And then also um, check if you want to be notified when I'm on live. Now, I'm on from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, Monday through Friday. And then in the evenings, I'm on from 7 at night to 8 o'clock at night. Those are all Pacific Standard Time on the West Coast of California. I'm also on the weekends at 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Saturday and Sunday, and then again at 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. on the nighttime on Saturday, Sunday. Those are all Pacific Standard Times on the West Coast of California. So as you can see, I do 14 live streams. I'm on every day, including holidays, even the New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, Christmas Day, Christmas Eve. Whether it's Veterans Day or Memorial Day weekend or Labor Day weekend or the 4th of July, any of the holidays. I don't have a holiday, and I'm here because I want to be here and help others who've had a terrible CPS case like I have. Yes, I'm a victim of CPS, and I call CPS the Child Protection Systems. It's government entities in every county and every state around the country and in every country, and it's all controlled by the government, and it's subsidized by the U.S. government, and it's a $1 trillion business to some CPS organizations. There are good and bad, and I hate to say that of over the 1,000 people I've talked to, it's always been the bad ones that pop up. I'm not saying all of CPS is bad, but a lot of them are. And the entity was created in the United States by a mandate by Congress to have social services come up with a structure for protecting our children from neglect and abuse. So they form a group and they call it different names. They call it Child Protection Services, Department of Children and Family Services, Department of Children's Services, the Cabinet, etc. When I say CPS, I mean all of them, all government entities that are supposed to protect our children from neglect or abuse. And yes, children are neglected and abused. They've been to for hundreds of years. I've seen some early cases in the 1600s, 1700s, 1800s, and so forth. At that time, it was loosely helped by societies, by people that had an accepted amount of money and that really wanted to step in to try to help children. But it really wasn't government regulated into the 60s. And there's been a lot of changes that have been made, some good, some for the bad. But I'm here to help you all. I'm here to help you fight your cases and give you advice of how to fight your cases. I'm not an attorney. I'm a loving husband and a father. I have helped raise 6 children, and I have 42 years of marriage experience. And so it's a lot of life skills that I have. And I want to help you all with your case and see what I can do to help you. I also do some one-on-one calling to potential new clients and talk to them about their CPS case and about how to retain Mr. Davis. So I'm on the phone from 8 to 10 o'clock in the morning, and then again from 11 to 1 o'clock. Now, as I said, there's several ways of interacting. There's Livingstone's Misery. Hello, Yasup. I'm trying to pronounce your name, but I still mess it. He has retained Mr. Davis, and he has a CPS case. He's from California. And I'm glad to see you back again. He's one of my family members. I have lots of family members, 25 to 50, that come back from time to time, like Crystal Salazar or Betty Joe from Montana or Margaret King or Nanisha NYP um, or Amanda. There's a lot of you. In fact, there's Margaret King right now. I was just talking about. Welcome, Margaret King. Glad to see you. And yes, you. Thank you for all the nice emojis. I appreciate that. And then there's Heaven Moore. Yeah, that's me. Okay, Heaven Maria. Yeah, that's me. All right. This is Terry Shelton. I was arrested and assaulted after speaking to you. Oh my goodness. Last, how were you arrested and assaulted? What happened, Heavenly Marie? And what part of the world are you from? We'll wait for an answer from Heaven Marie. You're not able to speak to Vincent Davis? Why not? Did you call me on my show? There's so many people I talked to, Terry. What was the time period that you talked on the show or you're a guest on my show? Okay, a warrant was put out. Okay, and now what? Last month. Do you know what the area code was last month? So it'll be in February. I'm looking right now for you. Do you know what your area code was? Thank you for your prayers. Yasip. It's good. Let me see here. Last month, I'm trying to remember. Let me see if I can find Grace here. Okay. All right. Let me see. I'm trying to look for. I was calling from Los Angeles. Yeah, 213. Let me look for the 213 area code then. Let me look for the 213 area code. March. Okay. 213. 213. 213. How were you arrested there, Terry? How were you arrested? I see a call from 213, but it was 11:58. 11:12 was another 213. There you go. February 23rd, I had Grace there. So Grace never got a meeting set up with you, Heaven Marie. I see where you did talk on my show. Your name is Terry Shelton, and I have your email and your phone number, and I gave it to Grace on the 23rd to uh, let me copy it again and send it off to Grace and see what happens. Okay, I resent the information to Grace. And okay, you were arrested for something totally erroneous. Um, Terry, what was Heaven Marie? What were you? Arrested for? What was the arrest? Okay, you have to refresh me because, as I say, I talked to 1,000 people just alone on this live stream, and then I make phone calls in the morning and the afternoon to another bunch of hundreds of people. So I can't remember everybody that well. But Terry, you haven't told me what you were arrested on. Um, it wasn't for not the warrant, but you say there was a warrant out. Have you seen the warrant? And it says you're supposed to find your kids. I guess somehow the kids are not to be found. So, um, I'm so sorry that Terry, you have to go through all this, but I resent a text message to Grace, my show producer, and she'll look into it. But it was submitted on the 23rd of February. Today is March 12th. So it's been 12 plus, there was only 5 more days, so 12 plus. You should have received some communication because it's been several weeks, Terry. But we'll get that meeting with Vincent Davis. They claim that they arrested me because of burglary, but once detained, they said I had 2 warrants. Okay, so they attempted to arrest you for burglary. Now, do you still have that charge, or have they dropped the burglary charge? And what are the two warrants, by the way? You said only one warrant. What's the second warrant? What's the second warrant, Terry? Ugh. Okay, so the DA rejected your burglary, but what were the two warrants? So you said one warrant was to find your kids. What was the other warrant? Okay, so you have two warrants, protective warrants for my kids. What does it mean, protective? Do you have the warrants in front of you that you can read me the warrants? So you had three warrants. You had two for protective warrants for your kids and a failure to appear warrant. What was the failure to appear warrant? Was that for a criminal case or a traffic violation? Or what was the failure to appear related to? Well, if you go to the court, you can get a copy of the warrants. They have to, by law, give you the copies of the warrants. You go to the district office and ask for a copy of the warrants. You didn't appear in the children's court. Why did you not appear in the children's court? By the way, for all you listeners out there, if you ever get notice to appear in court, show up, but don't say anything until you have your attorney present. And a court-appointed attorney is not going to help you. But never refuse to show up to a court date. Show up and tell the honor that you want a continuance until your attorney's present. You need an attorney. You should have appeared in children's court, but you didn't have to say anything. All you can do is say, I need my court-appointed attorney, so I want a continuance of this court matter. Well, the reason why you didn't have your kids in custody, probably you made arrangements for them to stay at one of your family members, right? You really need to get an attorney. You need to retain an attorney. And I can help you with that because I do my calling before 10 and after 11. I do private one-on-one calls about retaining an attorney. So I can help you out with that matter. Now, besides doing emojis and being in my room taking notes, you can also text me questions. You can text me questions about your case or make comments about your case or anything. It's all pertaining to CPS. All I ask you is you give me your first name and the city or the county and state you're from. And if you're from another country, please show me your country and all the previous information. Make sure you're very complete about your CPS case when you first time you text in. Also, if you want to be a guest on my live stream and not have to wait to make phone calls to it, you can be a guest. I can take 9 of you to be a guest. All you do is that you'd contact my show producer, Grace, and she can be emailed at grace@vincentwdavis.com. Good morning, Margaret. What can I do for you?
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. I was just speaking with Heaven Marie, and she has a pretty bad case starting out here. So,
yeah, hang on a second.
Yeah, you can text me at that number, but I am not supposed to do texting or make phone calls before 10 o'clock or after 11 o'clock regarding my show. I do call people that are interested in retaining an attorney from 8 in the morning to 10 o'clock and from 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. That's Monday through Friday. So you have 3 warrants or 2 warrants, and that arrest was dropped by the DA. Go ahead, Margaret. What is your question this morning?
Well, Terry Shelton, the lady you just spoke with, she asked me to connect the call to you.
Okay.
And for some reason, she's not able to get through to you. She's from LA County.
Well, I think I have her phone number. Hold on for a sec. I just looked it up. She called on February 23rd. Yeah, I can. Hold on a second. Let me look it up again here because I'm hoping it's.
Get her on a conference call.
Oh, I don't. I can possibly do that. I have not done that with this feature. See, I use Vonage and not familiar, but I don't know if they have a way of doing a conference call. Imagine they do.
Well, they do, and I can try to connect the call because I lost her when it connected to you. Can you hold a moment and see if I can reach her real quick?
Sure.
Thank you, Bob. Hold on.
No problem. Okay. 11. All right.
Hello, Bob.
Yes.
Sorry, she didn't answer. I did text her and told her that I'm trying to call and connect the call to you. I'm just waiting for her to respond.
Yes.
Since you last spoke to her, she's had a horrific ordeal. She was terribly assaulted by city police. I mean, it was just really bad. That was completely uncalled for, what happened to her.
Yes.
She's recovering right now from all the injuries. She was heavily medicated last night. She wanted to join us last night. So this morning she was trying to call in, but I think there was some connection problems. So I've tried twice already, and I sent her a message. So hopefully she'll call in, Bob.
Okay. How about you with your case? How's it going?
My case, it's going.
Okay.
There's a lot of technicalities, that's for sure. The smallest detail you wouldn't think is important, but it's the smallest details are the most critical. So I'm just waiting for the appeal. The briefing needs to be done. I'm traveling to Los Angeles. Matter of fact, I have to call Mr. Davis's office today and get our appointment or meeting scheduled.
Okay, good.
We can go over maybe the strategy, go over the case, go over just preparation for the actual appeal out of 5th District Court in Fresno.
Oh, okay. Yeah. How's it going with the rain? Is you okay with the rain?
There's no rain. It's sunshine today, but we are expecting a 3-day, possibly 4-day storm.
Yeah,
we a pretty heavy one.
We have rain this morning. It's been raining on and off.
Yeah, I heard yesterday it was pouring buckets of water in LA County.
Yeah, I'm down at the beach, in Orange County. So,
okay, it's colder too.
Yeah,
I think winter's back again. Winter is definitely back again.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad that Terry Shelton and Brianne from San Bernardino County, you spoke to her yesterday.
In fact, Vincent Davis called her right back, and we sent a agreement to her, and she wants to retain him, and so she's going to talk to her mother-in-law and see if she come up with the money for the retainer.
Yeah, the family, I'm pretty sure they will be able to help her with that.
That sounds great. That sounds great. And now plus now I'm doing more hours making calls to potential clients that have expressed an interest in a retainer. So I'm trying to seal up them to have Mr. Davis work for them. So I'm doing additional calling, from 8 in to 10 o'clock, and then from 11 o'clock to 1 p.m. So my hands are busy.
Definitely.
I'm busy. I'm now 5 hours a day through the weekdays.
Yeah, that can be a good thing. Stay busy.
Yeah.
Keep your mind occupied.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It's just that it's the hardest thing. It's to try to sell. It's like, I think we have a good product. It's hard for people to come up with the income for that product.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, in your line of work as well, taking care of oneself is very important. And even parents that are in this situation, self-care is critical. Going through,
I still look back and reminisce about what has happened and stuff. So it is really hard here. Okay, Livingston, you had asked, where can you text me? You can text me during the hours of 10 and to 11 or 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Those are Pacific Standard Time, to that number that I put up. And in fact, I just told about a guest, and the right Grace at vincentwdavis.com. Now I'll put my number up, and you can call or text me at 626-698-0990. But I can only do the calls or the texts between the hours of 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. and then at evening from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. And on the weekends, I'm on at 8 o'clock instead of 10, so it's 8 to 9 on Saturday and Sunday. So now my number's up there, and hopefully you can answer the question there. Livingston Misery Ministry. And again, I thank for your prayers there. Hey, Marie, if you're still there, Margaret King and I are trying to do a 3-way call here, and I think Vonage does that. I have yet to do that yet. Let me see if I can bring in a third call here. Okay.
Yeah.
What are my options?
I did want to update you. I do have an evaluation today referred by CPS at 1 p.m. And I'm ready for it. I'm ready for whatever they want to, send my way, and just comply with the court order.
Right. But the thing is, you can document it, because I think Is this an agency you picked out or an agency they picked out?
It's an agency that they've used over the years.
Right. And the problem with that, they're going to be biased because why? You don't evaluate somebody you have control over. And just like the court appointed attorneys, they'll tell them what to do and what to say. So,
yeah. Well, I'm going to seek out, I already have another evaluation scheduled, a private somewhere else that I thought. So
okay, good.
I have that appointment next week.
Good,
yeah.
Good.
I'm definitely going to do that.
All right. What else you have for me? Let me see if Heaven Marie will be back. She just says, anyway, it sounds, do you know, I mean, how was she hurt or arrested? I mean, they said that she was arrested for burglary, but then the DA dropped the charges.
Well, they CPS texted her a warrant to her cell phones, and she was hiding with the children, and they found her. They picked her up on the warrant. They assaulted her. She was it was a bloody mess. I mean, a blood bath, black eyes and everything. This poor lady. But they didn't find the kids. The kids are still out of the system right now.
Right.
So I don't know exactly the details of what's going to happen. What's going to happen after this, but she definitely.
Well, she can appear into court on the warrant, and she can testify that she does not know where the kids are. She doesn't have to divulge it, and she needs her attorney. She should not say very much in court. She says she needs to be represented by an attorney, and she does not know where the kids are, and that's all she has to say.
Okay. I hope she's listening. I'm not sure if she's connected right now.
Well, I just meant she goes to court to appear for the warrants, and she can ask for a continuance, or she can plead not guilty to the warrant and say that she needs an attorney. She can take a court-appointed attorney, or she can hire an attorney.
Mm-hmm.
But that will take time and give her more time.
Yes. Yes. She's trying to recuperate from all the injuries that she sustained.
Well, she should document the injuries, and she could file a civil lawsuit against the police department. Was that the LA Police Department?
Yes. She has pictures.
All right.
She's got lots of pictures of the injuries.
Well, if they use excessive force, they could be held in contempt for using excessive force. I don't know. I've not seen the pictures or what happened, but when someone has a warrant out, they all they have to do is say, I did not know about the warrant. I need my attorney present. And then you can see the warrant. They can pick you up right away. They can arrest you right away with a warrant. Failure to appear is the same thing too. So if you fail to appear, or there's a warrant that you ignore, they can arrest you on the spot and hold you in jail until you get yourself bailed out or go before the judge. Because once a warrant's issued, it's an arrestable offense. Like if you sign a traffic violation ticket promising to appear and don't show up, then a warrant's issued you for your arrest. And you could have a simple right turn violation and end up in jail because you did not show up to court. See, when you sign that ticket, you make a promise to appear. If you don't sign the ticket, then they can arrest you and take you downtown and put you in jail.
Yeah, I think she's trying to clear all that up, but what was done to her was uncalled for.
Yeah. Well, I hate to say it, she's lucky she's alive, because the last couple of people that I knew had trouble with the law. One was shot in the chest 5 times and died while he was on FaceTime talking to his fiancée. The other one was washing dishes and turned around and was shot 5 times in the face and died right away. And the third one was a lady that was shot by 2 policemen, and she had special needs issues. So all 3 cases there was excessive force taken that wasn't necessary.
Oh my goodness.
And
That's
these are
really
deaths. So she's lucky to be alive. She's lucky to be alive.
It's not enough for their harassment, their harassing behavior. It got to that extent.
I agree. I agree. I agree.
There's no words for that behavior.
Okay. Some other things I can say is that we are trying to get support for our live stream, and we're trying to develop a newsletter. And I'm going to put down the place you can sign up for the live stream. Let me get that to you. Okay, the bottom of my screen, you can go to a YouTube channel and subscribe it. It's called the CPS Defense Strategy Consultant Vince Davis. So you can subscribe to that. And the newsletter right now we're talking about is $1.99. And there's going to be lots of articles. Be articles about me and about Vincent Davis of how to beat CPS and how to get your children back. We are trying to bring you as much information we can with little financial impact. So please support us, and thank you for that matter. Also, if you do call in or you guest on my live stream, you actually have earned a free 15 minutes a consultation with Vincent Davis in a Zoom private consultation. Also, you can get a total of 30 minutes. If you pay a $60 fee, you can talk to him for $30. I mean, for $60. You can talk to him for 30 minutes for $60. You just have to do it on the website, https://kendley.com/appointvwd/Bob Pace. And you'll get 30 minutes for $60. 30 minutes for $60. Now, what is your expectations with this upcoming court, Margaret? What do you expect to do?
I expect to have my girls back.
All right. And you have two young girls. What are the ages?
5 and 7 months old.
Wow. Does a 7-month-old even know who you are? Are you still there, Margaret?
Yes, I'm still here.
I asked you a question. Does a 7-month child know who you are?
The 7-month-old, I've been visiting her every week.
Every
week, and she does recognize me.
All right.
She has bonded. We have formed a bond. I delivered the baby. So that was the instant bond, the initial bond, and then seeing her weekly. But now they're saying I can only see her once a month.
Now, when you are said you deliver the baby, I mean, you did your own birth?
No, this is my granddaughter.
Oh! I keep forgetting you're a grandparent. That's right. And what is?
I had guardianship of the 5-year-old, and then the newborn came along, and I didn't have any custody of her. Of course, she's a brand new baby, but I'm fighting for her too now.
What is wrong with the mother? Your daughter?
Well, she was on psychiatric meds for 8 years. That they misdiagnosed her. She had a misdiagnosis with mental health when she was 18 years old. So they deemed that she was not fit to watch the 5-year-old. So I had to seek guardianship, which I did, and I've had guardianship the last 5 years, since the day she was born. And now it's deemed that my daughter didn't need any of those psychiatric meds, and that's what actually messed her up. So Stanford Neurology took her off of everything 6 months ago, a month after the baby was born, and now she's doing so much better. I'm just hoping she'll be stable enough to. It's going to take time for her body to adjust without all those psychiatric drugs they were giving her. She has been on everything and experienced a tremendous amount of side effects. Those drugs were making her hear voices and act out, and her acting out was a reason CPS decided to take the 5-year-old. Because when I got the guardianship, no one ever court-ordered her, that she couldn't be around the kids, around her daughter, or in my home, or living here with me. And now all of a sudden, and I've had CPS workers in my home. So I had a daughter-in-law that was here with me for 2.5 years, and she had a CPS case, and that worker would come and go almost every other day for a whole year. She didn't notice any outbursts or any crazy behaviors, from my daughter, or anything like that. Although I have had to call the police or an ambulance when she had a side effect from a new med that she would start. It's just horrible what they did to her. They took the baby straight from the hospital. I don't believe there was warrants. There was no warrants issued or presented during the detainment of the kids. It's just been a very emotional time, very challenging time.
Yes.
This all happened on August 12th of 2024.
Oh, okay. All right.
I retained Mr. Davis, Attorney Davis, in September, and they were dragging their feet even, trying to, they took too long to substitute him. The day they appointed me a court-appointed attorney, I got rid of her the same day. I said, I excused her the same day. I'm sorry, but I'm going to seek my own private counsel. And they dragged their heels in substituting him in also. So he came in on my case right after the detention hearing. Just right after the detention hearing. I wish I would have found him and they should have approved him right away, so he could have been involved with the detention hearing as well. But unfortunately, that didn't happen because they were dragging their heels here, trying to,
right.
stall. I don't know if they were stalling or they just didn't, they didn't want Vincent Davis here.
Well, they didn't want Vincent Davis. That's the real reason.
Yeah, I believe that. I wholeheartedly.
Well, they also know that they'll no longer have the funding. You see, they don't want Mr. Davis because he'll take away their funding.
Yeah, well, they took forever to substitute him, so I was just kind of in panic mode because the jurisdiction hearing was approaching, and I needed his services right away. I didn't want to go past another hearing without having my own private counsel, because I was already, asking for the CPS appointed attorney to be dismissed. She was of no help whatsoever. You could clearly see that she was on their side.
Yeah, I know that I've never heard any good things. There's only one public defender or court-appointed attorney that has worked on a CPS case that actually got the children back. And a lady called in about it and described it and worked out great. I forgot where the lady was from, but it was some state.
Yeah, I heard that lady. I was on that day. I heard her.
Okay,
so did everything.
Right.
Tennessee. I think it was Tennessee.
Okay, or Tennessee or Kentucky, either one of those. Okay.
And I love to hear those kind of stories, because those kind of endings, because that's what it should be about, is reunifying the family, not dividing them.
Mm-hmm. Well,
my 5-year-old is completely desensitized. Her behavior, the trauma has affected her greatly. gravely. I'm
Wow.
very concerned.
Yeah.
She went from a bubbly, happiest little girl to pouting, stomping her feet, with her, her eyes down, tearful at every visit. It's just it's heart-wrenching to see that. So I'm really hoping that this appeal, I know it's going to be heard with a whole bunch of different judges and lawyers, and I'm just trying to work on getting, the evidence, the classes they've requested of me out of the way, and just move forward with this.
Right.
I know we can go up to Supreme. If they deny this time, I know we can go even higher. We can definitely go higher.
Uh-huh.
We can appeal. That's a good thing that we're able to do that. We can, get it appealed. We'll go to Supreme Court if we have to.
Right.
Now, I do know that one of the parents, she did call the San Bernardino investigations office. She filed a report against CPS. So she's going to come on your show. They might be on tonight. So she can fill in the details. I would like to know more about that agency.
Yes.
Where they assign an investigation, an official investigator to investigate the case.
I agree with you, Margaret. I agree with you. Now, I'm looking in the room. It's suddenly people stop talking, and I don't know if anybody has any further things. I have, about 9 people in the room here, but I haven't heard any emojis or anything from everybody. Heaven Marie, are you still in the room? Are you still there? Have you tried to call her back again and see if you can reach her?
I can try one more time.
Yep, sure.
Okay, hold on.
Heaven Marie, Margaret's trying to call you, Margaret King.
Hello, Bob?
Yes,
She's not answering. She might have only Wi-Fi on her phone. So if you don't mind, we could try again tonight.
Yeah, sure. That would be fine. As I say, I'm on twice a day, so that matter can wait there. All right. I have right now, it's 11 o'clock, and so I need to end this live stream. I want to thank Livingston Ministry for all your special prayers of being in my family. I want to thank Heaven Marie. We are setting up a meeting with Vincent Davis, and I'm sorry you had to go through so much, especially with your children. Now, also, besides that, I have Margaret King. And I want to thank Margaret King, who's down in the LA area, to see Mr. Davis. One thing to keep in mind, all of you, keep fighting for your kids. Do not give up. And you will get your children back. It's just being patient. So I care about you. I pray for you. And so I will see you again tonight at 7 p.m. That's Pacific Standard Time in California. You have a great rest of the day. Bye-bye.